Welcome back. It has been a few days since my last recorded video on this channel. It's late winter and I'm going up into the Ruahines for 2 nights. I'm going up to just Waipawa Forks Hut, and then tomorrow we've got a big day up the saddle and then along the range down to Smith's Stream Hut. Should be good. Like I said, it's late winter, so there's still quite a decent amount of snow up there, so I have brought an ice axe. It's almost 3 p.m. and I'm going to head down the road to the river, and then I'll start making my way up to Waipawa Forks Hut. Got a whole bunch of turkeys here. Made it to the Waipawa River. It's nice and low, so hopefully I can get to the hut without having to get my boots wet. There we go, just ahead of us is Te Waipawa, and the hut is somewhere up in these trees here. So tomorrow, be getting up in the morning and heading up the stream that way, up to the saddle, which is over there. And right here we have the short track up to Waipawa Forks Hut. Here we are. Very nice. So I've arrived at Waipawa Forks Hut. Took me an hour to get here. It's in a nice little spot. This is my second time visiting Waipawa Forks Hut. This will be my first time staying. It's got a nice, decent sized common room kind of area. Wood burner, of course, a big table, windows, your hut books, and plenty of places for candles. And the mattresses are on 2 shared platforms, and there are 2 wings, so there's a room here with what looks like 6 mattresses, and I assume there'll be another 6 mattresses in this room over here. Looks like it. We've got a helipad outside, and of course we've got a water tank, which is nice, so you don't have to walk down that track to the river. And there is even a tiny little wood shed on this side of the hut. All settled in. It's just past 4 p.m. Like I said, it was just going to be a short day today, but we have got an early start and a big day tomorrow. I'm probably just going to go inside and relax and unpack and have some afternoon tea, and yeah, just chill at the hut for a bit. So the time is 6 p.m. I'm probably going to head to bed shortly. I have eaten and I'm all settled in at the hut. You can see the sun starting to set, catching the clouds over the peaks, which is quite pretty. As for getting up in the morning, I'm probably going to set my alarm for something like, 4:45, and then hopefully be going and leaving the hut at 5:30 at the latest, just to get an early start up to the saddle and then over the tops tomorrow, which should be beautiful and clear. I've kind of thrown my stuff everywhere, as you can see, but that's where I'm sleeping. It's quite warm. I've decided to not get the fire going just because it's not freezing at the moment. I don't know how cold it'll get overnight, but right now it's quite comfortable. Right, leaving Waipawa Forks Hut now, all packed up. Boots still a bit damp from yesterday. Right, let's get going. There we go, Waipawa Forks Hut, heading off now. It is 5:53. I won't film much until the sun's up and we can actually see stuff on the camera. It's a little bit frosty, but it's actually not too cold, thankfully. That's the saddle up there. Sunrise is still a little way away. There's the sun. We're getting close to the saddle. It's been a little over an hour now since I left the hut. I'm doing quite well. I've still got another, I think, 200 meters or so of climb till I'm at the saddle. It's starting to warm up a little bit, which is quite nice. And the track, or the stream, so far has been fine to navigate. Haven't had any issues. Actually got some marked track now. See some super jagged rocks up there. Way up above the valley now. And here we are. Waikamaka saddle. Just drop the pack. It's a beautiful day. Quite frosty up here, as you can see. The track from where the signs are that point into the bush gets a lot easier as you get into the subalpine here, and that last bit of the track was quite nice. And yeah, I'll head up this ridge and then all the way up to there, which will be real nice. Some pretty cool views too. Now, of course, this way isn't officially a track or marked, but it should be hopefully a decent ground trail along the tops. And this part doesn't look too challenging at all, just a little bit of loose rock, but should be all good. And the tops look like they're going to be amazing today. And hopefully we get some better views into the Ruahines and out to the Hawke's Bay, of course. You can see the stream way down there. That's where we've climbed up from this morning. It is to Etueo. Sunrise Hut is somewhere on that ridge. Yeah, you've got that should be Hikarangi, and Mangaweko, the highest point of the Ruahines, is over there. That one is Rangiatua, and that would make that one a 6G4. There isn't exactly a path where I'm at right now. It might have gone up to the peak, but I'm just cutting across to the ridgeline there. We're in our first bit of snow. It is super icy snow, but I have got some micro spikes in case it gets too much of an issue higher up. Super icy. Wow. Look at that view. Heading up that way. Just stunning. I'll tell you what, the Ruahines do not get better than this. Just got Ruahine coming into view there. That's amazing. And our first frozen town. Out of all the things to find on the tops in the Ruahines, I would say a fork would not be high up there. There is a Rangi saddle, so that's how you'd get to Waipawa Hut. Yeah, stunning. Top is right there. And here we are, the top of Rangiatua. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We have come along this ridge here, along there, and then down the valley on the other side. Mungaweka's over there. You got Pinnacle Creek, and of course A6G4. Where we're going next, and we are currently above 1,700 meters. I think 1,704 to be exact. Yeah, a beautiful day, but it is starting to get a bit chilly up here, so I'm gonna layer up. Yeah, the nose is starting to run. I'm gonna get a face warmer on and get my gloves on and carry along the range. There is a lot more snow that way, but just incredible views everywhere. leaving the peak now. I'm going to make our way down the range. I have layered up because it is really cold now. One of my hands have gone numb, but I've put my gloves on. My feet are wet, but they're not cold, thankfully. And yeah, got a lot more snow and ice ahead of us. I hopefully won't need the axe, but I can get it out just in case. But yeah, this is beautiful. See if we can name any features here. I know this is Broken Ridge behind this close peak, and then that means Sawtooth Ridge will be on the other side of it. We've got Pinnacle Creek coming up here, and this is the unofficially named Hawke's Bay Range Ridge, I believe. And then of course you got like Iron Peg and Wooden Peg up there, and Mangaweka on the Hikurangi Range. Looks like we've got some, oh, I don't know what makes these prints. Probably we've got claws. Got some other little creature. Let's also head down this way. Whew, it's cold. Into the climb now. Whew. And here we are, A6G4. There isn't much of a trig left, but this is the third highest peak in the Ruahines. Wow. We've come all the way along this range, and up to Rangiaotiatua, and then down and up here. I am going to stop for lunch. Still quite cold. But I did layer up and that has helped a lot. Might put on another layer and then sit down and have something to eat. So yeah, A6G4 is 1,715 meters above sea level. That makes it the third tallest peak in the Ruahines after Mangaweka over there and the unnamed one to the north. And it's also the highest peak in the Ruahines I've been on. I have been to Iron Peg over there, but I never went up to Mangaweka, so this is the new highest I've been in the ranges. And it is such a good view from up here. Not liking the look of these grey clouds here though. Right, I'm going to get packed up. I have eaten. The time is about 11:20, which means we're going for almost 5.5 hours, including breaks. and I'm going to slowly begin the big descent down to Smith's Stream Hut. So we'll get there early afternoon, which will be nice. Going along this ridge here, we do drop into the south face of this little range here, so there should be a lot of snow and ice on that descent. You can kind of see it'll be like this. Yeah, wow, what a day for it. Let's get going. Right. Oh look, it's the sun. That is very nice. Ooh. I'm ready to get going. Gonna head off from A6G4, and the sun did poke through the clouds a little bit more, so it hopefully won't be too cold. Yeah, this little ridge here looks like it's gonna be fun. Got down safely from that peak. A little bit sketchy, but got some good use out of the ice axe. This is a little bit similar to this one, although I'm just going to completely skip it and go down the rocks here and then cut across, and I think by the looks of these peaks the rest are all good. That has been the slowest section of the day. That took some time, but all the hard parts are behind me, and now I'm at the poled route, and we will be out of the snow in no time. It's good to be out of the snow. Right, let's pack the ice axe away. I can take off some of these warm clothes. We have descended this, and yeah, it's pretty spectacular. And we're just carrying on the ridge, and we're going to go way down there to the hut. The camera is getting a little low on battery, so might not film much of the ridge. I'll just get to the tree edge and then, or the bush line, and probably stop recording there until I get down to the hut. Some big country. Not quite out of the snow yet. Here I am at Smith's Stream Hut. It took about an hour, maybe a little bit over, to get down from the bushline to the hut. The track is great and easy to follow, although the last little section from the junction down to here was quite steep. That being said, it was still all good, and yeah. So I've got all my stuff in there. charge up the camera a little bit. You've got your water tank outside. I don't think Smith Stream Hut would have a water tank. I'll go check out the river later. But here, you've got a nice little area for wood. Yeah, this is an old SF40, I believe, hut. Built in the 60s or 70s, I'm not quite sure. I've got all my clothes hanging up. It's got an open fire. I love open fires, so and I'll get a fire going tonight because I think it's going to be cold. But yeah, four mattresses. You got a nice little table and a few bits and pieces people left behind. Have a look outside. So you just come around the side. Got a woodshed over here, plus a meat safe in here. I'm not quite sure what the quality of the wood is, but I might go get some more. Decent amount in there. And of course, we've got the toilet right here. I won't check out the stream just yet. I'm quite hungry, so I'm going to get inside and make myself some food. So this is down at Smith Stream. You can get to Hinarua Hut from here, but you have to head up the stream to get there. Some nice area down by the stream where you could probably put up a tent, but I'd imagine it'd be quite rocky. Got that going. It's good to get the fire going. Hopefully I can start drying out my clothes, especially these socks. Still full of water. I should probably squeeze it out. Yeah. Hopefully it gets nice and toasty. Here's a little bit about the hut. It was built in 1959. It's an SF70, not an SF40. 10 days to build. After I put the fire out, the temperature did kind of plummet, and I don't know if you can really see that, but there a little bit of frost did form on the inside of the window frame here. It's pretty cold. Swept down the hut, signed in the hut book, so we're ready to head off. All packed up now. Let's quick double check. Yeah. Right. This is something I haven't seen before in the Ruahines. This is one of the native giant snails. It's dead, there is no snail in here. I'm not too familiar with them. I don't know if it's like one of the carnivorous ones or not. I'll find out, but that's pretty cool. Almost down at the stream. Made it down. We're on the upper true right branch of Smith Stream. It's around a little dock arrow floating in the river there with a carry on. The whole stream seems to be marked, so that's quite nice. There's a lot of windfall and slip debris, which is making this a little bit more challenging and technical, but still going well. Nothing you can't get around or climb over. A lot of this will have you picking your own way up, but still following the markers. But there isn't really any set route, you just kind of got to maneuver in and around the stream. Oh, and look, here's another slip. Certainly a few trees to navigate around. There's a little marker on that one, which is kind of slipped. Yeah, a little technical, but not too difficult. It's quite hard to find where the track goes, but for the last little bit there is a couple trees with just flagging tape on it, and then you come to this big old slip that's washed out where the track would start to go up, I assume. But the orange markers are just up there, and I don't see any big arrows really pointing to it. So if you come through here, you'll just have to keep your eyes peeled for the little triangles up there. I just got to find a way to get up the slope. Right, that is definitely one of the more technical streams I've walked through. It is one you'd want to take your time with, just getting around all that windfall and slip debris. And of course for this last part, if you're heading away from Smith Stream Hut, just keeping your eyes peeled for the little arrows. This is pretty much the highest point we'll be at today, just shy of 1,000 meters. It says 2 hours to Smith Stream Hut we've come from. It's taken me 1 hour and 5 minutes to get up here, and yeah, the tracks will start to go downhill from here, which will be nice. I'm going to have a little morning tea break here. Here's a nice view. That's the Three Johns, and that's point 1635. So yesterday I would have come up kind of on to the left of the Three Johns and then walked up that ridge to point 1635, which was the first major high point yesterday. Yeah. This is very nice under the sun. Some good views. Not sure if there is a reason behind this clearing, but there is a bit of regenerating bush in this area. You can kind of see it up there, that's all regrowth. And yeah, some nice views up to the range. That should be Rangiotiatua there. And yeah, you can just see a bit of the tussock up there on the ridge that we descended yesterday. And I think that's the Ruahine Range off in the distance. It's very nice. Got some good views out towards the road end. Bit of a steep descent down into the creek. Oh. Right. Pretty much down the stream now. That little descent from the scrub area down to here is probably the steepest bit of track so far on this trip. Yeah, but it should be good now. Just have to find a way to cross the stream and find the track. So the track comes down this. You can see the marker over here. There aren't any big orange markers, unfortunately, so it's a little hard to find this. But I spotted the piled up rocks, and there is an arrow there. So looks like we're back into another steep section of track. They've put in a rope, which is nice. Three or 4 hours. Let's see what I've done that in. I have done that in 2 hours and 20 minutes since I've left Smith Stream Hut, which is pretty good. Although all those steep parts were on the descent for me, so I was quite lucky. There's still a decent amount of regenerating bush in this area, but I am happy that the track is much nicer now. Down at the next stream now. Right, this will be our the last little climb of the day, and then I think we hit the forest park perimeter and follow the farmland down to the Waipawa River. Right, looks like we've hit the Ruahine Forest Park boundary. Right. So now we're in some farmland, and we'll be making our way back down to the Waipawa River. You can kind of see there's a saddle there. We've come up that saddle along into this regrowth, and then down, and then kind of up this close ridge here. Yeah. Come off the track now, just beyond this gate. Now heading down the road to the river. Back at the Waipawa River. So 2 days ago, this is where we started the tramp. To get to the Smith's Stream Hut track, you go up there and you'll find the beginning. Right, about 1 more K to go till the car park. Almost at the car park. It's a beautiful day once again. Yeah, the track to Smith Stream Hut, it certainly isn't a beginner's track. There's just, it's a bit overgrown in places, and trying to find the markers across middle stream could be a little bit challenging, and plus navigating Smith Stream, that was a little bit technical, and there are a fair few steep track sections in places. Otherwise, yeah, the rest of it's quite nice. And yesterday over the tops, wow, that was amazing. A bit of a mish, but it was quite easy going until the last like about 100 meters or so of ridge after A6G4. That was a bit technical, and I had to kind of drop down the side of the ridge to avoid the worst of the ice. But yeah, otherwise, honestly, I couldn't have had better weather, especially for the ridge yesterday. It's a bit breezy today, so I can only imagine there's some strong winds up there. So hit the jackpot with the weather, and yeah, almost at the car park. We are back at the car park. The time is 11:53. So I left the hut and I think it was about 8:05, so that is under 4 hours. That's about 3 hours, nearly 3 hours 50 minutes since I left the hut, and then the track times were for 5 hours, so that is pretty good. I am stoked about that. Yeah, so this is what we've done today. It's fairly nice, and of course yesterday all the way up to Waipawa Saddle and along the tops. All in all, it has been a very good trip. Like I said, the weather has been amazing. We are nearing the end of winter, so it was good to get out, and I got some use out of the ice axe, of course. And yeah, nearly midday. I'm ready to hit the road. I might get some food in Dannyburg or something. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.